Um, I love you all. That was that was as awkward as it probably would have been if I was talking to someone I love in real life. But I just wanted to say that I think I didn't upload any videos for like. Sorry, I'm adjusting the brightness on my computer so I can actually see what I'm doing. There we go. I didn't upload for a long time, like over a month, which to me is a long time. I know maybe that's not a huge deal. And it's not like I have some huge audience or whatever. But the video I did upload, I thought there was a way down there. The video I did upload was very like for my audience. Like, I don't think that if a stranger came along and watched it, they would care because I wasn't really addressing like a public aside, like outside of like my audience. But freaking, it got a few likes, more likes than I think most videos I upload get. And it did get a stranger. I actually got a couple that left comments on, maybe not that video itself, although also that video. But then some. How do you get? I thought I had this all figured out. But on other videos that I'm going to attribute to the upload of that video, because it just seems like I went a whole month with no activity and then I uploaded a video and started, so you know, I don't know, but the comments were like so very like supportive. Can this grow here? I think so. One of the comments was, I know they were all so kind, and it really meant a lot. And it really was encouraging. And it made me just really proud of the channel and where it's going and like what the plan is with it, or what it could be, I guess, with a bigger audience. Or I don't know. It's just I love the fact that there's a high potential here for such just a supportive community. And I'm so glad that I am, like, I don't know, I don't want to sound like full of my, like, I'm in a way I'm responsible for that community. Like, it's something I'm just proud of, and I'm proud of everybody who's in it, and I just love all the support that's here. And it is so, like, more than anything else, it's encouraging seeing the kindness and the encouragement. And it means a lot. And I wanted to thank everybody for it. So thank you. Alright, moving on from all that mushy stuff. It's been a while since we've done Minecraft. I'm very excited. I think last time we did this, I was making not a forest, a garden. Although also a forest, actually. I'm just going to light it up so that I can see. I'm playing on peaceful, so I'm not really worried about monsters. Although sometimes I like to switch peaceful off. I just think it looks pretty with torches. It reminds me of Mirkwood. Like, if Mirkwood was like happy and encouraging, I think this would be it. Yes. And also, I went to Japan, which was awesome, and it was, yeah. If you haven't been to Japan and you're thinking about doing it, absolutely you should do it. I'm not trying to brag, but I've left the country quite a few times, and I've been to many different countries, and Japan, it was weird, because Japan, while it was definitely the most polarizing and the most different than it is from like my home country, it was also the most like comfortable and safe and just inviting in some ways. I don't know, you definitely get, I don't know, I call it like the foreigner's fear. Ooh. Did I not? Why didn't I do the whole row? Why didn't I do both sides of these? What? Okay, I'm gonna get more seeds. So, anyway, sorry. it just depends. Like there are some places where we like would go into like a shop and then you could tell like the people. Well, I don't know. It was a restaurant. And people at restaurants, like, that's not the happiest of jobs, but I don't know how to describe it. Sometimes you just got the sense people didn't want to serve you because they knew you wouldn't speak the language and they were tired and just didn't want to deal with it. And in those places, you just act even more like grateful and respectful and like say thank you and like bow. Even like you go out of your way to make sure that they know that you're making things harder than they have to be and that you're sorry. But honestly, the majority that was only like every now and then. Like the majority of the experience was definitely just feeling absolutely like people were kind and helpful, even when we were being dumb tourists that didn't understand something or like a social like norm. We like people would understand that, and then we were quick to catch on. I think that anytime we did violate some sort of social like I don't know social norm, that we caught on and would like be able to tell if it was kind of weirding people out or not. I think the only other place that kind of comes close, that's out of country at least, to being as like inviting and warm and welcoming was Ireland, maybe Wales actually. I'm trying to think. Yeah, because well, first off, you speak the language, as like they do in Ireland or Wales or UK or whatever. And that was in Southern Ireland, so I guess that's not technically UK, but anyway, but the Irish people just like to talk. In my experience, like they're very like like you're not European, but like very like I don't know, very just quiet and reserved and like all right, yes, like we're very very proper and like we can tell like sometimes it even when it came off like you're American, so we're going to be maybe a little more like like reserved and quiet and like show off what. But then like if you get them chatting, they're so friendly and loud and like they just don't stop talking. Which might be ironic to say coming from someone who is trying to make a career for himself based off nonstop talking. But and then in the UK they are just like soft and reserved, but they're very 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 polite if you get them. Like there are some people I think that we came across when we visited that didn't want tourists there. And as I recall, there was even like one or two that were like open about that. Especially when you get into like, I don't know, like the country-ish parts of Wales and like the inland parts. I feel like people try to preserve that and keep out tourists, or not try to, like they don't do anything to keep you out, but like they just prefer that. But I don't know. And the more like social and touristy, maybe less traditional places, I think people are a lot like more just like, oh, like that's so cool that you're here, or whatever. But even then, like you get people are a lot more quiet and like reserved, and like for I don't know, for a country that doesn't speak the same language, or at least where you can't speak the same language as them. Japan just really gave off the vibe that people were always like so happy like to meet you and like really truly just wanted to like help and be understanding with you and stuff. I know it was really sweet and a good I think lesson on how just being kind can make a difference. Again, not that like anywhere else in the world, including like here where I live, people are like mean, but going out of your way to be just that little extra like invested, I think it really really makes a difference. Although people here are kind of mean. Like I was walking home and I was literally in the crosswalk, and then I got like halfway through, a little less than halfway through, when a big white truck, and where I live everybody drives a truck and they all have like the truck driver attitude mentality, and he came bowling up like just a few feet away from me. He parked so his truck was like the middle of the truck was in the like intersection. He was completely just blocking it off. And so I looked at him and just like frowned because I was like, you obviously saw me and you just don't give a darn. And he threw his hands up at me. He was like, what? And yeah, just people where I live, in the state I live in, and I'm sure I've probably said it by now openly, but you can probably guess if not, just everyone here is so entitled. Everyone here has such a pride, and like they just feel like everyone owes them everything, and if they want something they should be able to break the rules to get it because they earned it or whatever. Like, it's so exhausting dealing with people here. Oh boy. Okay, got 64, let's go plant them. When we got back from Japan, we landed in LAX, which for anyone that doesn't know is the Los Angeles transport. Nope, not transport. What is it called? Airport. There you go. And it was horrible. Like we had just come from China because we had a layover there. And by the way, Chinese people seemed to me to be, at least the ones that we met in the airport and that were on the plane with us, were like very like intrusive and entitled as well, but like to a max. Like if they saw any kind of drama or like any sort of issue, or if they weren't pleased with exactly what, like if they didn't get exactly what they wanted, they would just get upset and like throw fits. It was kind of a miserable flight because everyone was just kind of being mean and disrespectful. Anyway, I don't want to like say, I'm not trying to say anything bad about Chinese people at large, but from working for them for years and then that flight, I don't know, I think there's just I think there's a really, really, really fat, huge cultural separation from America. Well, I mean, obviously there is. Now I say that, I sound like an idiot. But I think like I just wasn't getting it. Because it happens so often that I don't see how so many people could I feel like be that entitled. I'd love to visit China, if anything else, just so that I can actually see what is going on and not just like my handfuls of experience with Chinese people, because they have such a beautiful culture and country. At least from what I've seen, I know there's a lot of not good stuff with politics, but I know they seem like a good people. As does anybody. I mean, everyone seems like a good people. I don't think there's a nation that's like, at least not many, that are just bad, but I have enough strange biases about the Chinese people I've come across that I want to actually go visit China so that I can form a better opinion about it. And I have a friend who like speaks Chinese and like lived with Chinese people, like he like in like a Chinese like I don't know place, and it's like I don't know, when I talk to him about it, he seems to more or less agree, and but I just refuse to believe, because he also has opinions that I don't necessarily agree with. But he has traveled a lot, like to like Asian countries, and he speaks Thai, Filipino, Japanese, and Chinese, I think, and maybe a little Korean in there. And so like he's like very like cultured and like whatever, but I'm not, is the problem. I'm not trying to like justify, like I'm not, and I want to be, because that whole flight from China to LA was enough to just make me like I said, the majority of my bosses since I've been in high school have been Chinese, and working for Chinese people is such a trip. Like I don't know what, I don't want to say like it's a power high, but they just have zero tolerance for anything at all. Like if mistakes are impossible, if you make a mistake, it's not a mistake, it's you intentionally messing it up, and so you have to like personally pay for it because you can't mess up. It's either you do the job right or you're neglectful and just do it wrong on purpose to sabotage it. and it's miserable. So anyway, yeah, I'm curious to visit China eventually and get my own opinion that's a little more formed with more context, I think. So anyway, I don't even remember why. Oh yeah, LA. So we got right from Japan to LA, and I had to use the bathroom super bad, and I ended up not going to the bathroom in the gate that we were in, that we started in, because freaking every single toilet lid was up and had pee everywhere. Men do not like get dudes. It's so easy for us to close the lid. It's so easy. Even if you don't wipe your piss off the seat and the floor, like, well, first off, it's not hard to get it in the toilet bowl. I don't know if you guys are just pulling out your phone after you whip it out and just spraying and praying, but it is easy to get it in the bowl. But if for whatever reason you don't get it in the bowl, it's easy to clean it up. And anyone that, like, if you've been to Japan, like, you know how frustrating it is that, like, and how gross that is. Because it's gross to anybody. But especially coming from a place where they have, every toilet has, like, a sanitation station and, like, instructions on how to clean up after yourself. Every toilet lid is closed when you come in. It's always spotless. Like, it is such a staggering experience going from that to every toilet lid just being completely, like, to the point where it seems like people like intentionally like made it gross like that. I don't know, man. It's like, and we had to walk around for quite a bit before I found a toilet that I felt comfortable using, because it grossed me out way too bad to try and sit and do that. Whoops. Okay, there. I don't know. I'm really not trying to sound like an entitled, like, I went to Japan and it was so much better. Like, there's things that I don't think I could ever live in Japan. At least not if I couldn't do like a PewDiePie maneuver where I just get to live in like a house that's paid for and I don't have to work and only see people if I want to. But I don't think I could live in Japan if I had to like work, and like the stressful parts of it seem really stressful, and there's things about America that I like that I would miss as well. But I am saying that something that I absolutely miss, and it infuriates me, that it is that they're so simple. Cleaning up after yourself is so easy, and not making a mess is so easy. Like if your aim is so bad, and for whatever reason you can't be bothered to just like correctly use the restroom. Oh, because these are all pumpkins, aren't they? Rip. Okay, well, we'll let it be. I forgot I was. This is a pumpkin farm. Oh, what an idiot! No. Okay, this one's going to be grass. I totally forgot I was planting pumpkins over here. All that work for nothing. Wow. So anyway, yeah, it was just gross and sad, and there was, in a weird way, there was a few culture shock moments coming back from Japan, where I got so used to like efficiency. I went to visit my friend who lives like an hour, 2 hours away by train, or like by public transportation. I mean, just recently, and I forgot how long it takes to wait for a bus. If you wait an hour for a bus here, then or for a train, then you're lucky. For a bus even, although buses usually arrive about an hour apart. You just, if you're going to go public transportation here, you have to be willing to just wait for hours for it to happen, because it's a lot. I didn't want this to turn into me complaining about. I didn't mean for this to turn into me complaining about not being in Japan. I want to praise. I want to sing its praises because there's a lot to praise, but I don't want to. I don't think it's necessary to say kind things about something. But like, if you only say mean things about something else, like the public transportation is good. We only waited, like, I feel like 10 minutes at the most for the trains there. And we only took a bus, I think, once or twice, and we didn't wait very long for that either. Longer than the train, but not as long as here. So yeah, it was cool. Okay. Oh right, because it's not exciting stage. There was also something that I kind of wish was implemented here, although it would take like a lot of reworking. Is there was like vending machines everywhere, and the places we stayed, most of the places we stayed were like in the suburbs, so we'd have like a good like 20 minutes of walking through like neighborhoods and stuff, which was magical, by the way. Like we walked past shrines, which was just in of itself the coolest thing ever. The neighborhoods were so pretty. Like it was like if you watch an anime, it looked just like that. Like the neighborhoods in those, it's just like these beautiful streets with so much like just I don't know. It was absolutely beautiful. But there's vending machines everywhere, and so if you get thirsty, you can just buy yourself a drink. We probably overused it because trash. This is one of the things that I don't. The trash system there is strange and very precise, and there's not many trash bags, which is fine. Like, it's not hard to put your trash in like your backpack or whatever. But they have like flammable and non-flammable, and then like recyclable and non-recyclable. I don't know. By the time we left, I still didn't really have a grasp on it, and that was kind of tedious and stressful to deal with. But on the other hand, like if it's helping the environment, then I'm happy to be a part of it. And I would like to see it implemented here. Although I know that Americans would probably freak out and say it's their right to not have to do that or whatever. I don't know, but so the trash system was weird and threw me off, but I like the idea of it, and I'd like to believe that it is helpful and that there's like proven facts that it legitimately like has helped a lot with much trash. So that's how I feel about that. But okay, we only got 9 sugar cane. Eh? It's not too good. Not too good. Okay. Honestly, I like the nighttime in this game, but I should sleep because sleeping will help the trees and the garden grow. But it has been good. Being back has been good. I'm recording this right now, right before I've been gone a lot recently. I went from I've barely been home. I've literally like I came back from work like 2 days ago, went to work, came back, and then immediately left after I slept, and then immediately left, and then went to work from where I left to, and then today I just got back, slept, and I just woke up, and I have to clean my whole house because my roommate's getting back tomorrow, or my landlord, I guess, is getting back tomorrow, and I'm leaving. I have to leave tonight to go to a friend's house because he needs someone to sleep at his house because he's expecting a big delivery since he just moved for furniture. And so it's like, I've now that my friend has like moved into her place and I finally have this place to myself, it turns out I can't actually utilize it because I'm not here now. And so today's the last time I think I'll be able to film a video for like a week. And I really, really, really wanted to. So I don't think I'll be able to edit it today. Well, I know I won't, but hopefully I can edit it, I don't know, soon. I'd like to upload this week. That's my goal. And then so I can film another video next week and upload it next week. Okay, well the garden is going good, so that's good. Although that being said, I wanted to upload this one to just kind of touch base and get back into the groove of things and just tell everyone how much I appreciate them. But it's tricky because I have that spooky game that I want to play installed, and it's like a legit one, like fully realized, fully finished, made by like a legit. I won't say legit. That's unfair to smaller people, but like an established studio. It's like a $30 or $40 game. So like I know it's going to be good and spooky. I know it's going to be entertaining to play and hopefully entertaining to watch. And doing spooky gameplay videos would be like a dream. Like I want to do it real bad. But I want to do it at night because I feel like if you don't do it at night, then it's not as good. Like it's not as spooky if you do it in the daylight. But the problem is I work now in the day or at night. So now the prime hours for playing spooky games or filming spooky games is when I'm at work. So I just have to probably do it on a half shift. When I get off at 3 in the morning instead of the usual like 7 or 8. But then the other problem is now my roommate's going to be back, and he will probably not want to be woken up in the wee hours of the night by me being loud. So what the heck? Do I have more? I just need like 2 more. 1, 2, yeah. So there's some logistical errors that I need to try and figure out, and I think I can, and I will. I just have to have time to be able to think and focus on it. So not a big deal. Something that is definitely doable. Just something that has to be done. But yeah, I'd love to upload a spooky video soon. Or a spooky gameplay video, I mean. I also have some ideas for short films. When Nosferatu came out last year, and with the re-release of Revenge of the Sith, like, my creative energies feel like they're on fire right now. And I am just super, like, vibing. And I used to be really into film. I made a lot of short films and would always make films with my friends and stuff, but I haven't for years, and I miss it. And I have some good ideas for potential horror short films, or just even just like slice of life stuff. That's kind of weird. I don't know. That's a separate thing that doesn't need to be discussed. Yeah, I'll go through and edit this soon. I mean, when you guys watch this, it's going to be when it's up, so I guess the timeline doesn't matter too much. But yeah, I'll try and edit this soon so that we can get back in the groove of things, get things growing again. Get that sweet video. But yeah, I just want to reiterate. Wait. What's the one that lets through? I just want to reiterate one more time how grateful I am for everybody, and how much the support means, and how proud I am of the community that we've grown together here. It's really sweet to see. So thank you, everybody. Yeah, have a good one. Bye.